This is the Iron Trader, and this is the weekend edition. So today we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, at gold, silver, and at the VIX. This video is for information purpose only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, first on the docket here is we have Bitcoin. Now you can see here where we had a nice good run right on up, and then we have this sideways action. Now when you look at sideways action on a chart, basically what you're doing is you're building energy, okay? So it's either going to break right out or it's going to break right on down. And I think for Bitcoin, I think she's going to break higher, okay? So let's take a look here at the old chart. Okay, now we can see here where we had this a top going in there at 78.25 and sold right off, and then we had this nice big gap down. But you notice, look at this 200 simple moving average here, okay? See how nice that is holding it here, right? And then look at right there, see how nice that is. Okay, so let's look at the downside here first. So what you want to watch, okay, and if it sells off, is you want to look at support level of 58.969. That's your 8 simple moving average, okay? So if that is lost, then what we do is we come to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 57.945, and then we'll come over here to Friday's low, which is 57.270, and then we can come down to the bottom of this candle at 56.295, and then 55.985, your 200-day. That is going to be your very, very key level there of support, okay? Now, again, if that's lost, then we just follow the bottom of these candles here, okay? So first of all, you are going to have 54.870. Then we will have here is 54.790. We'll look to the bottom here at 54.230, and then your big retest down here is at 49.365. But right now here, as long as this 200-day is the price is holding above that, this is going to become very, very strong support, as you can see right here in the past. Now, on the upside, we had a little higher high and a little higher low here on Friday. Okay, so you tagged a 61.30, and then the previous day you had 60,050. Okay, so what we're looking for here, so you want to trade obviously against the high and the low of Friday. So you want to trade against that high, that 61.30, that low 57.270, and then you close at 59.580. Everything you need to know is simply right up here. Okay, so what we're doing on the upside is you want to look at that 61.30. If we can get above that, then what we'll do is we'll look to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 69.10. We'll look to the top of there is 61.895, and we'll come up to the top of here. You're looking at 62.200, and then we're going to start getting into your strong resistant levels here, which is basically your 21-day sitting at 62.473. And then we want to look here at your 50-day at 62.888, and then we have your 100-day going on right here at 64.569 here. Okay, so these are just simple moving averages. Your blue is your 8-day simple moving average. Your 21-day. Your green is your 50-day simple moving average. Your purple is your 100-day, and then we have your 200-day is your red one. And these blue lines here, these are just price channels. But look how nice these price channels work. See, it gives you a good boundary exactly where your high and where your low are, and all they are just the tops and bottoms of candles, which makes it very nice. Now, again, if we can get above that 100-day here at that 64.569, then what we can do is we can just come right over to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 66.65, and then we just start ratcheting right on up here, okay? 67.360. We have 68.135. We're going to come up to the top of this candle here at 69.025, and then your big retest up there is 70.825 level here, okay? But again, there's a lot of strong resistance, but I always like to point out to you where it could possibly go. So realistically, what you want to do on that downside is watch that 8 SMA, very, very key, and then watch this 200-day here on a closing basis there, because that is going to be very, very strong support. Upside, just really watch that 21-day simple moving average, that 50-day, and then this 100 SMA here as far as that 64.569. If we get above that, then we just keep layering it all right on in here. Now, you can see here, if we can get above that candle there, that 78.25, then what we're going to do is we're going to come all the way up to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 72.660, and then we'll bring this price channel across here. What we have is you got 73.80 73,380, and then you're going to be your big retest up there at 74,450. Now, for your own information, once you break above this, and I think eventually you will, this is going to rally hard and very, very steep, and I think you're going to hit that 100,000 mark. I think that's what the goal is, okay? But right now, when you get this sideways pattern, okay, going, that builds a lot of energy here, and there's whatever way it's going to blow, it's going to blow up hard or it's going to come real down real hard. Now, when you look at your RSI, well, there's really no divergence here, but you got plenty of room to run here to the upside. And now right here, your green is still below your red, so that's bearish. But again, if that green can cross over your red, then what you get is you get this, and then we have this, okay? So we have like that, with that green above your red, look at what you have, okay? So just, if you're trading Bitcoin here, just watch these key levels here, that 8-day and that 200-day on the downside, the 21-day, that 50 SMA, and that 100-day on the upside. Trade that range until she either breaks up or she breaks down. Okay, let's take a look here at gold. Okay, now gold is very, very interesting here. You can see this. Now, here's a daily chart, here's the weekly, and then here's a monthly chart. And you can see where you're breaking out on all the levels here, okay? So let's just take a look here at this a daily chart here first, okay? So your key right now is going to be that 25,222, okay? That is your price channel. You bring that right across there, okay? So if this sells down and holds that, then that's good buying opportunity here to take it higher. Or if you break above this 25.48, then that's a good reason to take it higher. Okay, so realistically, this 25.48, if you keep on rallying it, you're going to be looking for that 2,600 mark here very, very easily. Okay, on the downside, you just want to watch that 25.222. That's going to be a support here. Now, again, a lot of times when you have a breakout, it wants to come back and retest that. Okay, so always look at that as, hey, and if it holds, then that's a buying opportunity here to take it up much longer, higher, I can say. Now, your key levels of support here is going to be right there, 24.88. Okay, that's going to be your 8-day, and then right below that, we have your 24.54, your 21-day. You can come all the way down here, 24.03, and then we have your 100-day at 23.75, and then we have your price channel down here at 23.51 here. But as long as this 25.22 holds, this is a big opportunity here to take this much higher. Now, when we look at this RSI, yeah, you still got plenty of room to run. Your MACD here, this is looking very, very good. See that nice series of higher lows? See that nice series of higher lows there? Very, very nice with higher highs. That's always a very bullish pattern. Now, here, when you look on the weekly chart here, well, you got pretty much the same situation going on here, where you're just breaking right on out here. You just have to watch that price channel, because that's going to be very, very key on a closing basis here. Okay, so that 25.222, that's going to be very, very key level there. Okay, so on your monthly chart here, you can see this is the same thing. You're just breaking right on out here. Now, when you look at the monthly chart here, you can see where you're starting to get in here at an over, a bought condition kind of a situation. But again, you can ride that 70 mark here pretty much. Now, your green is way above your red. This shows like here on a monthly basis. This can go higher, but again, you have to be a little bit careful here, because you are starting to get into this nosebleed situation here. And now that's just on a monthly chart. But on the weekly here, you still have plenty of room to run, here. So if you're long this here, just always watch that 25.222. As long as that holds, this can go higher. If not, then we just follow the key levels all the way down until we find ourselves a bottom, and then we take a buying opportunity. Now, an easy way to trade this is GLD. That's how I trade it. It's an ETF. It's easy in, easy out, big volume, and you can trade it anytime you want to. Okay, let's take a look here at silver. Okay, now you can see silver just isn't happening like it is for gold, okay? But we do have that sideways action going on just like we have in Bitcoin, okay? But again, it's just not like the old gold, okay? So let's take a look at the downside here first. So on the downside here, you can see where you're rolling up here very, very nicely. Your 8-day is about right across your 21-day, and that's always very, very bullish. Now, what you want to watch on the downside is 28.93. That's that 100-day. If that's lost, you're going to come right down here to your 28.27. It's your 21-day, and then you have support level right here at 27.86, your 8-day. Obviously, if that's lost, then we just follow these candles down. You got 27.23, and then your big retest all the way down here is going to be that 26.50 level. Okay, so that's what that's what you're looking for on the downside. Now, upside, as long as this 100-day holds, very, very key. Then we're going to start getting into some strong resistance here, okay? And the first of all is going to be this 50-day sitting at 29.37, and then we can rally all the way up here to your 30.30, which is basically just the top of that candle right there, okay? But again, that 50-day is going to be key. Now, when you look at the weekly chart here, well, what do we have here? 28.96. You're above that. Your next level here is going to be right here is going to be your 8 SMA at 29.34, which is just below this 29.37 level. So that's going to be very, very tough. So you can pretty much just trade this daily chart because then it will take out that 8-day here on your weekly chart. Okay. Now, again, when you get up, if you can get above that, then we just look at that 30.03 level, and then what we can do is just start ratcheting this right on up here. Next level is going to be 30.80. Then we can start coming up this candle here. You're looking at 31.32. We have 31.65, and then we're going to be looking for this nice retest here at 32.01. Now, again, if you can break above this price channel, then we'll just bring this channel across. And here's what you're looking for is that 32.51, and then there's your big retest here at 32.75. Now, again, if you can crack that 32.75, 35, you can be there in 2 minutes, okay? That will be your target, and then you'll probably hit to that 40 level. If you look at this RSI here, okay, now there's no divergence here at all. See, you can see we have a low, okay, we have a lower low, and we have a lower low. So there's no divergence here at all. But you're still sitting at 58. You have plenty of room to run. Now you look at your MACD, that green crust over your red, that's looking very, very bullish also, where this could take this price much higher. The key is going to be is a couple of levels here. First of all, it's going to be this 100-day on the downside and this 21-day on the downside. On the upside, everything is going to be right around that 29.37. What is going to happen when it gets there, okay? What is the reaction? That's the key. Is it going to blow through and take us all the way higher, or is it going to stop here, double top in this situation because we have a candle sitting very, very close to that at 29.35, and that could be a double top situation, and it could fall right on down here. So always wait. You say, I'm going to be a long-termer. Wait until you get a close above that 50-day. Then you say, okay, I can take a longer trade, and I can take it all the way on up here. But we got to see what the reaction is going to be once it hits that 50 SMA here. Okay, now let's take a look here at the VIX. Okay, here we have the VIX. Now you can see this big ass spike that we had. Look at that, all the way 65.73, pop right up. But always remember, the VIX never stays high. Okay, it's a spiker. It spikes up. Look at there. See how it spikes up, and it just look at that spike. It just spikes right on up here. That way, you can always say, "Hey, I can take a nice short." Now, there was a person in the trade in a post here in our trade room here that said they went with the SVIX. That's SFIX. That is really was a really good trade. I was just too busy, too jammed up here on trying to trade everything, but this was such a nice trade because when you see that pop right on up here, you know it's never going to last. And now look where that VIX is again here. Okay, so you had 65.73 that everybody all nervous about all the tech selling off here, but when the tech sells off, that's a buying opportunity. Okay, the world is run by technology, and with the AI, that's only going to further benefit the old technology. Now you're sitting all the way back down to 14.80 here. Okay, so this here, always when you watch that VIX, just always look at that thing over time that says it's just going to be a spiking situation, then she's going to fall right on down. Okay, spiking situation, and then she falls down. Now, again, we've had some spikes up here, but then you notice it just collapses on what we have. Now, again, if we're going to get some, like in the United States here, we have the election coming up here. And usually September, October, that's really bad months at the end of the month there in October for stocks, okay? And then we have that election coming up here in November, so who knows what's going to happen. But just always remember here, when you get that VIX and she does spike up, that's a good shorting opportunity to take the money and make it all the way down here because these spikes just never last. Okay, that's what I got for you today. Now, remember, I'll be back here tonight. The future's open at 6 o'clock. I'll have a video there for you before 7 o'clock, and we will review crude oil there and natural gas and get you set up for Monday. And remember, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.